Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm super excited. Hello, everyone. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. Things look a little different. I feel like here's the deal. I was happy with my set the way that it was before. I was happy with what I had created just out of necessity. As you all know, we had a studio in Philadelphia before this, and it was one of those things that I was just, it was a transition space too, but it was something that I really liked. And it was something that really, it was the operation of going to the city, going and figuring it out, going and being in a space, participating in that way. It was just like very, very, therapeutic in that way. I would just go to the work, and I loved it, and I had decorated it the way that I wanted to decorate it, and I had done all of those things. Hello, good morning. And what basically happened, good morning, Donna. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. So I had gone to, and I was in transition. I was kind of in denial that this was going to be my space. Thank you so much. Marisma, thank you so much. And I was kind of like in denial that this was going to be like my life. I was like, oh, I'll just be in transition and have it be this kind of office that I kind of go to. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to live in this. I'm going to live in this. This is going to be my space. And this has afforded me to connect with women all across the globe. So I was like, I got to move in. I got to move in. I got to get comfortable. And so I just rearranged some things. I'll do a little Snapchat. Hi, Lisa. I'll do a Snapchat. No. I'll do an Instagram story with what the whole space looks like, because I'm pretty excited about it. So I feel at home. I feel comfortable. I feel as if I don't need to make a change or move. I feel as if I'm grounded in this new phase of This Is It TV, and in this new phase of what it is that we've got going on. And so I'm excited about it, and I'm excited about the journey. Moved some things around. You know me. I'm simple. Like, as much as the rumors have been doing a lot of renovations in our house, I'm a frugal kind of person. I don't like to spend for spending's sake. So this is just literally moving, replacing. We moved the shelves to elsewhere in the home. And so you'll see that project if you follow us. And they're going to go up into the master bedroom. But I just replaced these, and I got these at Target. They were like $35 each. These shelves were $35 each place. And so I just added some accents, added the clock, which I kind of love, and then added some of the stuff that I already had. So a lot of the stuff that you guys see is the stuff that was in the shelves before, but I just needed to give it kind of a light kind of look to it. I feel like I'm a perky person, and so the dark shelves were a little not so perky. So I'm excited about that today. So thanks for showing the love. I appreciate that. It is a fun kind of additive, and today it's really about that for me. Today, I want to kind of dive into, if you're listening for the morning message, I want to dive into moving the stones and not the mountain. And this is what came to me in the air of doing this weekend, as well as a number of different hurdles that I've been trying to jump and trying to get to a larger thing and trying to get to this bigger entity that we've been working so diligently to create, that I've been working so hard and staying up and doing all this stuff. And I decided that it's not about the mountain, because the mountain, I can't see the top of the mountain. I can't see it. Right? And I'm a planner by nature, and I've been trying to climb this mountain, and I've been trying to reach for the top, and I'm going, and I can physically see myself reaching and then sliding down just because life happened. And I'm going after the mountain. I can't see around it. I can't see the top of it. I'm going after the mountain, but I'm not doing that anymore. Now I'm moving the stones, because moving the stones gets me up the mountain, but it gets me up the mountain one step at a time. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on moving the stones and not climbing the mountain, because the mountain is overwhelming. Not seeing around it is discouraging. And you often live in that discouragement. You often live in that lack of accomplishment. But if I have the ability to move the stones, literally move the shelves, redecorate the shelves, send the email, do the thing, then I can get closer to the top of the mountain, or figure out a way around the mountain if I just move the stones. And we get overwhelmed because we are trying to climb the mountain in one day. We're trying to climb the mountain and figure out a way to cut around the side of the mountain. We're so worried about the big picture that we are not taking smaller steps in our day-to-day. So focus on the stones. and not the mountain. You know, it is an air of all of the things in which I teach and all of the things in which I think are so important to me. The today list versus the to-do list, it is the extension of all of those things, because I do think that we get so caught up in the bigger picture of things that it paralyzes us from moving forward. We get caught up in the mountain, that we don't do anything and we don't chip away at it. And what are the things in which we can chip away at? What are the things in which we can move in order to get higher up on the mountain? How can we do that? Good morning, Michelle. And that to me is so important. That to me is so important. As I was figuring out what this was going to look like for me, what the new set was going to be like, what is the new look and feel going to be like, it was, you know, it tends to get overwhelming. The majority of our lives are overwhelming. Right? They're overwhelming, but it's if you look at the full scope of it. If you look at the full scope of it, it does become overwhelming if you focus and fixate on the mountain versus the stones. So move the stones. Move them one at a time. Right? You don't even have to carry multiple stones in your hand at one time. Just try to say in the moment, because we typically can only do one thing well at a time. Typically. So let's move one thing at a time. Let's focus on the stones versus focusing on the mountain. Because focusing on the mountain as a whole is paralyzing, discouraging, sad, and frustrating. And so Scream Your Dream, in essence, everything that I do is really about focusing on the stones. Everything I do is about the sticker goal versus the tattoo. It's the today list versus the to-do list. All of those isms, those Sheldon isms that I use so often in what it is that I say is reiterated again today with this analogy, because it really is overwhelming for the majority of us what it is that we're going through, how it is that we're going through it, what it is that we're saying, how it is that we're saying it, what it is that we're showing up for, where it is that we're showing up. All of those things become so overwhelming because we are looking at the entire mountain. We are looking at the mountain and wondering, how the hell am I going to climb this? How the hell am I going to get around it? The thought of it is just so overwhelming. It is just so exhausting to even look at it. Your shoulders drop just in the thought of how long it's going to take me to get up there. Am I going to be able to make it? How many breaks do I need to have? How many times I'm going to stop to pee? How many times am I going to have to get a drink? All of those things keep us from moving forward because we are focusing on how large the mountain is. And this is from somebody who lives looking at the mountain. I live looking at the grandiose nature of my dreams and hopes and aspirations. But the only way to get there is to move one bookcase at a time, to put up one more picture at a time, to be able to post on this outlet and that outlet, be able to figure out which platforms I'm going to use and who I'm going to speak to. The only way to do it is to move one stone at a time. We're all tired. We're all exhausted. But the fatigue sets in a way that is paralyzing if we look up at the mountain and focus on where we are not, as opposed to looking in front of us and moving the stone. Move it. Move the stone. Move one at a time. Move it. Look at it. Understand it. And keep moving those stones. And as you move those stones, the mountain will get smaller. The journey will get shorter. And you see your way up it, around it, and get ready for the next one. And the pattern will be the same. We will take one stone at a time and continue to climb those mountains. Because this isn't the only one, right? For a lot of us, it's just the beginning. For those September birthdays, myself, Lisa, this is our new year. New mountains and new stones to move. So instead of being fixated on where we are not, fixated on the journey ahead, over dwelling on the climb that we are about to experience, we're just going to take it one step at a time, one stone at a time, and we're going to move it all out of our way. Focus on moving the stone and not the mountain. Focus on getting ourselves closer to what it is that we want, one step at a time. The mountain will exhaust us, will frustrate us, will discourage us from moving forward. It will keep us from celebrating the fact that we were able to move one stone at a time at all. We won't celebrate. We will feel like it's just a defeat. How many of you have gone through that, right? You've made strides. The list was whatever it was. It was 10 things on the list And again, you got through 3 and you just feel like, oh my gosh, I haven't done the 7. I have 7 more to go, as opposed to celebrating the fact that you accomplished those 3. That's what I mean. It's the stones that you are focusing on, not the mountain that you need to climb. It is not all the balance that is due, but it is what has been done. That is what I think is the difference. And I love that one, and that might be a new one I might have to write down. It's not the balance that's due, but it is what has been done. Love that. Gave me the chills right there. It's a new one too, the chills. I am telling you, it is. We fixate on the balance. We fixate on what is due, what is overdue in some of our cases. I see you. I know, COVID hit us a lot, really harder than we thought. We focus on that space, what is overdue in that space. What is needed in that space? We fixate on that. I know, Nicole, right? We fixate on it. What we didn't do, what has to be done, the bills that need to be, all of the things. We don't reward ourselves for the stones in which we have moved and the balance that we have paid so far. We are fixated on what we do not have and how far we have to go. And it is exhausting. The thought of what we have not accomplished paralyzes us where we stand. And what I'm saying to you today is that I'm giving you permission to move one stone at a time. The mountain ain't going anywhere. Just like before, the staircase ain't going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. It's one step at a time to the top of the staircase. It's one stone at a time in order to get to the top of the mountain. We do not focus on the balance that is due. We focus on what has been done. And that moves us forward. And we get to celebrate each day. We get to be grateful about where it is that we are going, happy that we are making progress at all. We are focusing on the today and not the long to do, and we are doing it together. My name is Sheldon Barlett Rumor. I own and operate This Is It Network, where we connect remarkable women to inspiring stories. That we do that through our community, our content, and our connections in hopes that we help you all in finding your voice, in telling your story, no longer whispering your wishes and screaming your dream. You can log on to thisisittv.com for more information, and you can follow, fan, and like us everywhere you see at This Is It TV. The new platform is gorgeous. New programs will be launched each and every week as we encourage all of you to no longer whisper your wishes, but to scream your dream. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Move the stones, not the mountain. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern. Be kind to yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.